Hello guys, and welcome back to MD. This is Python Beginner Course Video 6. Today's video, we will be taking a look at dictionaries. But before we begin, please click subscribe, turn notifications on, and remember to like the video. We are so close to 100 subscribers, and I would greatly appreciate your support. Thank you. Okay, so like I said, this is our 6th video, which means we will be doing dictionaries. In the previous video, we did a project consisting of if statements, elif statements, input statements, print statements, and much more. Well, in this video, we're going to be doing a follow-up on a project, maybe in our 10th or 11th video. But anyways, dictionaries. Now, this is not your regular school dictionary in your school. This is a dictionary in Python. So over here is an image. So this is a variable assigning to this whole entire list. And a list was done in our 4th video. If you don't remember, you can go ahead and check that. So anyways, we're assigning a variable to a list. But we don't have square brackets like a list. We have these curly brackets. And what this is responsible for this dictionary is for key and value pairs. So over here we have the number 1 and we're assigning it the value apple, and then we have another key called 2 and we're assigning it the value plus. These are really helpful in Python. The main reason why dictionaries are so important is because they obtain data structures in an unorganized format. Take an example of a map and you have specific coordinates. We assign these coordinates keys and value pairs, but in an unorganized format. This is why they're so important in comparison to lists. Anyways, back to the point. We're going to be taking a look at many different examples of dictionaries and how we can manipulate them in ways which we want. Alright, so over here I've opened up my idle, and now we're going to be making a new file. I'm just going to drag my window up here. And this is untitled, so let's go ahead and save this into our logic capture folder. Let's save this as dictionaries. Oops, I can't spell. Alright, so I've saved it, and we're going to be making a variable name. And this variable name is going to be food. And food is equal to whatever the key and value pairs we assign it. So instead of having square brackets, like I said, we're going to be having curly brackets. And inside these curly brackets, let's put our quotation marks. And let's put a random food that you like. So I like pizza. Now we're going to assign this to a specific food category, much like we would to an animal and its animal baby, or a car to its car brand. So if you can already know what type of category pizza would go in, it would go in carbs. And oh, I forgot to put a semicolon and then 2 quotation marks. And we're going to put carbs. And outside of the quotation marks, put a comma and press enter. And then go back to your comma line and press enter again. In this line, think of as many food names as you can and try to make at least 20 or 24. I know it might be a lot, but we'll go through it. And I'll actually speed through the process for my video editor so that at the end, if you want to copy, you can also copy too. Alright, so we finally finished this whole entire dictionary. This is the main part of our program. Now let's quickly run this. I'm just going to drag my pop-up window, or our shell, and actually as you can see nothing has appeared. This is because we have to call the variable name food, the one that we assigned the dictionary. So when we called food, this is telling the program, okay, so on our shell we have called food. So print out whatever is in the content in that dictionary. So it's already telling you the key and the pair. So pizza is equal to carbs and cereals is equal to grains, and so forth and so on. Now we're going to be using this to create a fun little challenge. Alright, so let's actually go ahead, open up our file, Dictionaries, and so we're going to put our dictionary in a while loop. And a while loop is really simple, basic, and easy for anyone to understand. So we're actually going to go ahead, type in while, not so surprisingly, while true. And this is a Boolean operator, true, to say that if this is true, repeat it. And I'm pretty sure everything is going to be true. So let's go ahead, and I'm selecting all of this so I can tab it. So there we go, we have tabbed it. And the reason why we need to tab all of this is so that it repeats inside the while loop. If we hadn't indented or tabbed this would not have run inside the while loop. Now, a really fun and interesting thing that we're going to do is to get input from the user to ask for a specific type of food which they really want to know. So before we start, I really want to put an input statement asking for their name to make it interactive and make the user feel more welcome friendly. So let's make a variable name equals input. If you're by far not that comfortable with input statements, check out my second video. Input, and the reason it has not highlighted it as purple is because we forgot to put a U. Okay, so, and we're going to put our quotation marks, and we're just very simply going to say, what is your name? Question mark and a few spaces, and then we're just going to enter this so that it doesn't feel that squished. At the end of the dictionary, we're going to make a new line, and we're going to ask them a question. We're going to say, which food and which category would you like to know it's in it? So let's make another variable, question, and can't spell question right, and we're going to assign it an input statement. I will also be adding the description. I will also be adding a link in the description below for my second video for input statements, and we're going to be asking, what food would you like to know and the category it is in. Now, as you can see, there are no capital letters I have started with in my dictionary. The reasoning behind this is because, one, the user enters whatever they would like to know, like let's say burger, they most likely going to put a capital B. So instead, we're going to be using a predefined function, and I'm actually going to show you how we use it. So we're going to type in our variable name, question, which we assign the input statement to ask the user, question equals question dot lower. So what this is doing, lower. So what this is actually doing, and I forgot to put my brackets. Finally, actually what this is doing is it's saying whatever the user entered, lower all the capital case letters which they entered, so that it's easier for the Python program to understand. Last but not least, we're going to make a print statement, and we're going to say, put our quotation marks inside, and we're going to say the category for, and outside, let's spell category right, category, and outside we're going to put, and we have to put our space here, which we already have done so, and outside the quotation mark we're going to put a plus, and we're going to put another call out our variable name, question, plus, we're going to put our equal symbol, and then we're going to type in our dictionary name, food dot get question I am not so sure. We're gonna say put a space there, plus name. Okay, so if you don't understand what I've done so far is I've made a print statement, and what I've done here is the category for whatever food name they entered, we're gonna say is equal to food, so we're calling out our dictionary dot get. So it's going to receive the user input burger, and then it's going to match of whether it's equal to one of the key value pairs which we assigned in the dictionary, and if it is so equal, then print it. Well, we're not using the if statement because that would be way too hard to put it for each and every single one of these key value pairs which we assigned. So very simply, we use a predefined function called .get, and it's much simpler, efficient, effective, and easy to use. And we then type question, and over here is another bracket, and this is saying else question I am not so sure plus name. Name is the name of what is your name. So let's actually go ahead and run this. And this is going to say, what is your name? Well, my name is Dave. What food would you like to know in the category it is in, or the category which we assign? So let's go ahead and type in burger. So notice that I'm going to put a capital B, and I'm going to enter. The category for burger is equal to carbs. Wow, that is really efficient and effective. But the one thing I really don't like over here is that it didn't put a space. So let's change that. Okay, so let's put a space right here. Oh, nope, inside the quotation mark and after the equal symbol. And now let's find it. So what is my name? My name is Dave. What food would you like to know in the category it is in? Let's go with milk this time. The category for milk is equal to dairy. Wow, that's really cool, isn't it? And now it even repeats again, which we have done in the while loop, so that the user can enter multiple things if they're curious. So let's go ahead and let's say Bob. My name is Bob. What food would you like to know in the category it's in? I'm not really sure. Let's try salmon. Oh, the category for salmon, I'm not so sure, Bob. Right? So the reason it's saying I'm not so sure, Bob, let's actually go back. Saying I'm not so sure because over here in the dictionary, we haven't put salmon. So the reason why we put so many food is because we want the user to get as many food items they wish to inquire. Alright, so now what I would strongly prefer for you to do is to make a similar challenge to the one we did, and I would like you to choose something specific, like a country or a capital name. And like we did in this challenge, I would like you to assign it to a category, like a key value pair, as we mentioned in the beginning. And I would like you to do the very exact same thing so that you get comfortable with dictionaries, because in my opinion, it's a really important aspect. And once you have done so, I'd be happy to check anyone who would like to email me who can check in my about and business inquiries. Other than that, this is going to be an open-ended challenge, and there will be a part 2 for this video. Anyways, that's all for today's video, and make sure to check out video 2. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button, and did you know if you hit the like button it turns blue? So try it out. Hit the like button, and yeah, that's pretty much it all for today.